Hi guys. I just want to talk to you a little bit. I became interested in Philippine women, and there was particularly most of them were a lot younger than I am, and I found out a lot of them are scammers. And why is there might be some that's not? That's more your age, but the younger ones, if they attach onto you and you've got a little bit of age on you, they're doing it for basically for dependence. And I know a lot of you guys maybe don't see that. You don't want to see that. I mean, everybody, every woman in the world would like to be dependent on a guy, but I mean, there's a turning point now. I mean, there should be that shouldn't exist now. Everybody should be independent of their own, but it still exists in this world. Anyway, in the Philippines, it mainly exists so, but there's a lot of good women there that do work and they do provide for themselves, but still, even though there's some that still work and would like your help too, and they want all they got, and they want more by getting what you have as well. But anyway, this is not about that. For 3 years now, I've become attached to a young Philippine girl, and she has a young daughter, which her parents have raised and keep. And generally over the vacation from school that she has the daughter. There's a situation that has arisen where the child became sick in the care of the daughter, my girlfriend, and the little girl came down with dengue, and also later she also came down, as my girlfriend had told me, also come down with an amoeba in the body, which is a type of thing or virus, that depending on what kind it is, could possibly kill you. It's a pretty bad thing too. So, and later on after that, then she told me that the doctor, or they discovered through the lab work and all the other stuff, that the child also had um, another type of problem. I can't think of the name of it right now. My mind just went blank. And, or maybe it'll come to me in any way. It's pretty bad, too. It's something to do with, sometimes you get it after you had a severe cold or something, and it's pretty bad and makes you dizzy and all that as well. But and makes you where you don't want to eat and stuff like that. So anyway, it's surprising to me that she would tell me this one after the other like this. And a very small, skinny child, just a little sack of sugar is all she is, and about 7 or 8 years old. And what came to my mind was, how can this child live with three things like that and existing in the body at one time? And I came to the conclusion something's amiss here. Something's kind of wrong. That something don't sound right. And here I am. I'd just given my girlfriend about $100 from about the third of the month for Christmas. When I get my small pension on the third, and I think it was around the third or just a day or two after that, I sent her about $100. And I know this. I mean, for a guy like me that's on a pension, that's a good bit. But I do get a little small rental income. It's not nothing hardly, shared between two people. So, and anyway, then after when the girl got sick, I was needed again. I mean, she was explaining to me in the messenger chat that where am I going to come up with this money over and over and over again? How am I going to come up with the hospital bill and the medicines and stuff like that? And lo and behold, I gave in or caved in and sent her money, which here goes money I needed to go to the grocery store with and buy some food, And the little bit of other money that I did have to begin with, I spent it on myself as well, this time of the year. For me, a little something, And okay, well, here come another situation where she needed money again. Where am I going to get this medicine money? And she's got this now, and she's going to need medicine. Well, I can send you a little bit more. I finally caved in again. So I sent more, as you would have it, And here come another situation. I think she was explaining to me about or telling me about where the girl had, well, I remember now, bronchitis. Like I was telling you before, how can the child live with dengue and bronchitis and this other thing she had in her body, the amoeba, and still be alive? Now, that's what I want to know. And the child is frail. She's not big. She's frail and small. And how could the child live with all three of these things? If she has all three of those things if I had it in my body, I probably would be dead. But I'm beginning to wonder about what she told me about this. So I don't really know for sure. I'll never know. But I'm gonna tell you, a lot of you guys out there, this may be interested in a younger Filipina woman. Careful, watch out. I mean, I'm thinking I'm seeing a form of abuse where another Philippine woman has told me that this shouldn't exist. They shouldn't ask you. They shouldn't keep pushing an issue, needing money to you like that. Where am I going to get it and all this stuff? All, just constantly over a messenger chat, knowing you're a guy. They know how to play on you. And they know you're going to cave in. Where am I going to get a school uniform? Where am I going to get money for books, school books, and such things? They'll come up with something, and you think you love them and everything like that, but you're also human, and if you are feeling love for them, you're going to cave in eventually, and they know that. They absolutely know that. They look into you for support, and they think you richer than they are. And they don't know the economy here in the United States, especially in the smaller, poor towns and in less richer states that don't give as much SSI disabilities and Social Security incomes and stuff like that. They don't know how that works, and they don't know the cost of food here or the cost of rent or the cost of living expenses here. And they equate it as you being rich because you might tell them you get $600, $500, $800, whatever, a month, a week, or whatever, And there's some guys that really are pretty rich, They get government jobs where they're making $2,000 a week, and how I don't know how anybody could ever get paid that kind of money. I really don't know, and that's why the rest of us here are as poor as we are. I mean, it's not everybody in the United States is well off. But I noticed a pattern about the girl that I was hoping to see, but I had a lot of setbacks in my life. I was hoping to sell land and to get over there to see her to see how things was going to work out. But I never could. Here comes a tornado, destroys the trees out here, destroys, almost picks me up and flips me over in a mobile home here. It even snaps a big old oak tree off and falls on top of the roof of my home here. And it's a wonder it didn't cave it all the way in. And not only that, that kind of trying to sell land and all the trees are broken on it and stuff like that and other things, but it just makes it where it won't sell good, you know. So there I had that problem. I tried to get somebody to help me sell the land. That didn't pan out either because they seemed to couldn't do it. And in the end, they tried to pull one on me. So you better watch out, you know, what's going on in the world. And it's not only that, there's other things as well going on in my life. The beginning of 2018, I had 2 heart attacks in January. The health went down. Already was labeled as disabled with spinal degeneration, with degenerative disc disease, and shoulder problems of some kind that won't go away, that bring pain in my arm sometimes. And okay, I got through the operation, and where they put a splint, whatever, and okay, I'm on medicine, blood thinner, and all that. So here they tell me that after the fact that the blood thinner, if you've ever had a ulcer, that it may cause problems. But you know, they didn't tell me that before. They told me that after. After I went, sometime after, about 3 months after the heart attack, and getting over that good. Well, I'm still really never over it, you know. You have I've got a defect in the bottom of my heart. So anyway, here I go back into the hospital with ulcer problems like the bleeding to death, and also with an extra ulcer. So they give me 6 units of blood, and I have to get over that. And for the longest of times, I had low blood pressure. There were days I would get dizzy and so forth. But even though, I would still help this girl in the Philippines, even in all my distress and my problems and things I was going through. I would help her. And she said, yeah, well, it's okay as long as you give it from the heart. But, you know, she could have said no, flat out no. No, you better not. You can't. I don't want you to. But they're not going to tell you that, you know. They're not going to say they don't need your help. They're not going to flat out deny it. They just say, well, if you give it from the heart, that's the sort of way they'll put it. Now, if you get involved with a Philippine girl, I'm finding this out through other people's conversation. They're going to need help. That's true. That's very true. But there's a point where there's abuse. And I've been told by another Filipino woman that I'm being abused. So I don't think it's right. So I guess what I was expecting, you know, might not happen. But I've always had hopeful to get over there to see her and see how things is going to work out, and maybe one day move over there and be with her. But I'm not sure, you know, of anything. But you know, it just seems like I at my age, at 61, and she's like 28, and I I mean, there's bigger age gaps over there. Okay, there's guys living over there right now, and they have bigger age gaps. Not only me, but I'm just wondering if we're just waiting on them to die so they can get what they got and go meet another younger man. So I don't know. It's a lot to digest and think about, and the more I hear about it, and these guys making YouTube channels and stuff like that, primarily concerned with this type of thing, these guys better look out too, because the one they're with, if they're younger, they might be waiting on them to croak to get what they got, so they go meet another younger man and get what he's got. Even I don't know. It probably wouldn't work with a younger man like that, but these older guys that's kind of uh, set in life, they kind of think of uh, supporting someone, a little bit better than some of these younger guys do. So again, I don't know. I'm not for sure about anything, but it looks like I'm getting abused, pretty much so. So I just thought I would say this. Don't know if it's true. Don't know really, but it kind of looks that way. So I think if I can't get over there, it looks like I'm not. She's needing money all the time, and I never can save it. So to get over there with, so that's the way it goes. She could have said no a long time ago, and I could have been saving it towards a trip over there to actually meet her. So there you go. There you have it. When you can't do something, you can't do something. So it don't look like this things are going to be possible when they're needing help all the time and you're trying to save to get over there to see them. And they might even know that. I don't know. And might even figure on that much. So guys, beware. I tell you, it's 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 something that screws with your mind. And if you're not well off, like some guys are in the world, you might as well hang it up anyway. Okay, all right. Just thought I'd tell you what I'm going through. All right, thank you, and bye bye.